United Bank for Africa is accelerating digital transformation, and to bring us the details is the group head, digital banking at UBA, responsible for delivering digital-driven services to customers across multiple geographies, including the United States, United Kingdom, France, and Dubai. Olukayode Olubiyi is a thought leader in digital financial services and financial inclusion, with experience of over 2 decades in the financial services, information technology, payment solutions, project management, electronic business, strategy and business transformation, alternate delivery channel solutions, innovation in transaction banking, and financial inclusion. Thank you so much for joining me on the show today.
Thank you, Perpetua.
All right, so UBA has taken a bold step. I mean, you've unveiled 2 transformative initiatives in recent times. There is the POS and there is also the MONI App. But let's talk about the improved POS terminal. Can you share with us, why the bank has embarked on this initiative?
Thank you, Perpetua. I mean, so UBA, we pioneered innovation across Africa in payments and solutions, especially around digital payments across all the 20 countries in Africa where we have our businesses. Now, so what led to us coming with this solution is the fact that we went back to look at what our customers' needs are. There's a process that we actually went through, which we call human-centered. It's called human-centered design. The perspective is actually to reach out to customers, identify those pain points, their needs, and then deliver solutions that will address those needs. So that's what we actually have done at United Bank for Africa. So I'm putting that solution out that actually, I mean, from what we've seen so far, it's actually addressing the needs of those customers. These solutions actually have come forward to address the major pain points. What are those pain points? They want to get their money quickly. So some call it instant settlement, some call it same-day settlement, but they want that money quickly so they can turn over their businesses. 2, they don't want to be exposed to fraud. So what we have also done is put things in that POS solution. I call it POS solution. I don't call it POS because it actually comes with quite a lot of things that meets the customer's needs.
Well, talking about a POS solution, I mean, this is something we hear POS. So what exactly are you doing differently?
Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, so what we're doing differently, I will just try to take them one by one. So today, we say that this is a POS solution from your trusted banking partner. We found out that customers trust us, but they want us to be there for them at the same time. So what we've done is to go back, come up with not just a POS solution that gives you instant settlement, but also make sure you are safe in terms of your money with UBA. And I'll just give you some bit of insight into what we have been able to do. So if a customer, at the shop, you have 2 or 3 outlets where you have 3 POSs. Customers are going there to make purchases from your outlets, from your shops. What we've done is we've created a platform that allows the owner of the business to be able to see what is coming in from anywhere he or she is across the globe. So at the tap of a button, you can see how much has been collected from each of the 3 POSs that you have put at your different outlets points. We have that as one. The second one is the fact that for the cashier that is at that shop, at that point, at the location, if anybody comes with a card, any card of any financial institution today in Nigeria, the cashier is able to tell the person that from what I'm seeing on this POS terminal, your card will not work.
Why?
Because your bank is down. Because we have a dashboard on that POS that will show the cashier the state of every bank in Nigeria and when the card can be used and cannot be used.
Okay, so if I get it correctly, we won't have the issues where at the end of the day we are waiting and asking, show lock or lock. I've not seen it.
You won't even get
there.
You won't even get to that point. So you actually be at the point to now advise. So it will be interesting to the customer to see a cashier asking, do you have another bank card? Because from what I'm seeing on my POS here, the card will not go. There's another one which we also had, which is when you put in your card to do transaction, so you wonder, was it successful, was it failed? No, that doesn't happen with our POS. Why? Because on the POS, the cashier will also see a notification. As the owner is seeing it wherever he or she is, the cashier will also see it. So there's no dispute, nothing like that will happen because there's clarity. I mean, you're able to see everything that has happened from the person who walked in to make payment to the person who accepted the payment. And if they choose to transfer as well, that option is also available. Receipt will be printed immediately from the POS. So we have quite a number of things that we put together to just ensure that what we have is different from what is currently in the market.
All right, two other things you talked about, instant settlements and then the MONI app. We'll come to the MONI app after instant settlement. But I want to understand, I mean, when I send money to people, they see it immediately. So what exactly is instant settlement?
Okay, instant settlement takes the POS offering notch higher. It comes at the cost to us, but what we have done as a bank is we know it's something we need to do and give to our customers. Instant settlement simply means that when transactions happen on the POS terminal, the value is given to the merchant immediately. So what we've done is we've created what I call a wallet option on the platform that allows every merchant, as payments are made either by transfer to you or using card on the POS, you are able to get instant value in your wallet. And that also helps the merchant because it turns that to like an operational account.
Is that really different from what's obtainable?
Yeah, so it's different. Why? Because so we have today, if you go to make payments, merchants will say, give me my settlement report. I want to see my settlement report. I want to see details of the breakdown of transaction in my account because I want to be sure you have not taken money you are not supposed to take, or have not lost money, or have been credited. This gives that merchant that operational account they need. So in that account, you can see details of every of the transaction that happened, and that actually sort of like turn that account to auto-reconcilable account, where you can see every of the person that walked in, whether they pay with card or whether they pay with transfer. You're able to see everything in details.
All right, so the MONI app seems to be a solution for SMEs. Please tell us more about that.
Okay, thank you. I mean, so MONI App, just to...
Is it money or money? I thought it was PJ or something.
Yeah, MONI, UBA MONI App. Okay. MONI, yes, MONI App. That's quite correct. And this is something that, I mean, to backtrack a bit, is something that we had come up with because of the importance and the role UBA is playing in financial inclusion across Africa. I mean, if you look at across Africa today, the population of financially excluded is about 300 million, and Nigeria is, constitutes about 10% of that number. However, what we have done with UBA MONI is to enable us to take the bank to customers and their place where they are. So you don't need to come to bank; the bank can come to you. How? Through our agents. So we have people who are empowered with the app, which is UBA MONI app, as well as the POS, and then this had been done in a way that they can bank, open accounts at the comfort of their home, and then provide service to them. So, and this has enabled us to do two things majorly. One, provide service to customers beyond the walls of the bank. Two, also create a source of empowerment to those young men and women across Africa in terms of creating a means of livelihood. They use that while they are having fun doing business. They're also making money at the same time. All
right, finally, one last thing you talked about. Preventing fraud. So talk to us about that. Okay,
so a couple of things that we've put on these platforms that we've created. I call them innovation from UBA. Is the fact that so if you come now to use the service, and I touched a bit on them, one of the two things that had been major issue with fraud is chargeback. Chargeback means I will come, do transaction, and go back to my bank to say there's a problem. I lost money. Recover my money from the merchant, and that's why it's called chargeback.
But isn't the bank supposed to, contact the merchant and then be sure that no value was given for was exchanged for the money?
Exactly. So what we've done is on this platform, it actually gives access to the merchant. So real time, merchant can see everything, and merchant can take a decision. It gives that visibility to merchant. So that way, merchant is able to is not exposed to those kind of fraud in terms of chargeback. And also, when you talk about disputes and settlement, the platform that I talked about that we made available to the small business or individual is actually available to all. So you can see every of the transactions that happened. When transaction happen now, I can see that it's successful. So you can't say, sorry, I was debited, I didn't get value. I will tell you, sorry, I can see it here. You are not debited. See the alert. Also, see
you can have access to that?
Yes,
okay.
Merchants have access to that. So we have that. There's a dashboard that is available to every merchant to see everything they're doing. And as payments are being credited to the account as well from the bank in terms of settlement, instant settlement I talked about, they are also able to see it on that dashboard.
You know why this is interesting? Because I have a situation where I paid for a service. I was debited twice. I lodged a complaint. One of the monies was reversed. And then should I say the vendor then canceled what I did. So at the end of the day, I don't have value for anything and I've been debited twice. It's been a struggle trying to get my money back.
Please take me to that vendor. I'm going to bring them to UBA. Yeah, but that actually is eliminated by this innovation from UBA, because merchants will be able to see and merchants will be able to dispute as well. And of course, in your own part as customer, if you are a customer at UBA, you will not be able to, you will not be exposed to this, because what we've also done in UBA is on our mobile app, right? Without you logging into the app, we have that option to dispute your transaction.
Okay.
You don't even need to log in. So when you click on it, system asks you, the app asks you, give me the day of your transaction and the amount. Once you put that, the system automatically log that for you from the comfort. You can do it from here if you have UBA account.
I don't.
And you are going to have one. But thank you. So that's what we have at UBA. That helps us to cover not just even the merchant, also on the side of the customer.
Glad to know you're still with us. And of course, we're still having our conversation with the United Bank for Africa, Head of Digital Banking. Thank you so much for staying with us.
Thank you.
All right, just before I let you go, SMEs have sort of frequently complained about certain things, whether it's high processing fees and some other things. Talk to us about this. How are you addressing that? And also there is the issue of how tech savvy, these merchants you've talked about earlier. Talk to us about these two.
Okay, thank you so much. I think fees is something that, touches people's, hearts, especially when people they feel they are losing money. So, and it's one thing we don't want our customers to fall in. And that's why at UBA, what we've actually done is to look at the categories customers can fall under. Two major categories. There are customers who want to do a lot of transactions in terms of volume, but in terms of cost, their margins are very thin, low. But we also have different types of customer that they do not a lot, but their margins are high. And that's why what we've done is to structure our fees in a way that is negotiable. We have that conversation every day when we look at the type of volume we're doing. And so sometimes we get to engage customers to say, these are the things we think you should do. And so that's what I will land and say is negotiable. We always have that conversation. In terms of pricing, it's open. We are open about it with customers and we'll let them see. And also on the platform, and that's one of the beauty of that POS solution that I say we have. Merchant can actually see your transactions, how much you are settled, how much fee you are paid. It's open. So we kind of open that space up, so that merchants will be clear. Okay, my bank told me this, but I'm saying this. So that's why we also said that.
That's like democratizing the space?
Yes, democratizing. That's actually the right word. Although different people have different view of democracy, but it's democratizing that space. That's the right word.
All right, so what gaps in the payment ecosystem is the UBA prioritizing next?
Okay, before I go into that prioritization, you asked something on what we're doing in terms of training.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is, creating awareness, engaging customers. This is one of them, which is to put that word out there so that customers can also be aware. But in addition to that, we have what is called business series that we do from time to time. Every quarter, we engage SMEs and small business owners across the country to sensitize them on financial literacy, on things around their small businesses, and how they can get better at it, the support UBA is putting on the table for their businesses. We also have, for every of these solutions we've put out there, we have a support officer that is attached to them. So from deployment to support, we have that person is able to guide customer and build customer. And then finally, you know, there's a term that is used now, digital native, that if you have a child, a 2-year-old baby, if you give the child the phone without being taught, the baby starts using the phone. Yes, in fact, they unlock the phone. And that's what we have done with this platform, because it comes with a solution that is actually very easy to just follow through and guidance. So customers are able to use it just the same way you are able to use your phones. So these are the things we've done. We've looked at it and to make sure it works well for customers. In terms of next step, what we are looking at,
that's if you're not scared that competitors will jump on it.
No, we're not. And I mean, like I said at the beginning, we're at the forefront of that technology space. Today, it will interest you to know that all the major fintechs in the country are partners to UBA. We power their transactions on our rails, right? That's a major one that we're doing to just show that in the market, it's more about collaboration and then creating a platform that can make the new entrants to also thrive. So we have that. We do that at UBA. That's one. Two, so that coming on that collaboration on this PS solution, which we call RedPay, we've actually partnered with one of our subsidiaries in our group, RedTech, to develop this solution. And we believe that, I mean, that's the way to go in the industry, where we see more of collaboration to break new grounds in the market space and then make things happen for our small and medium customers across the retail banking space.
Absolutely. I love the collaboration parts. Olukayode Olubiyi, Group Head, Digital Banking, UBA. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Today.
Thank you.